time we be pumping on the grind. If it's LJ from Houston, pulling up stats, you'll be pulling in stacks, hitting bookies from the back with no Vaseline. I need green and up C quantities for a fiend, save the dreams for a king. This is H-Town, home of the lean. Astros is the team and we rock it. We rock Texans for life, you can't stop it. Together like brothers and bets and jets.
What's going on, sports fans? We are back. Week 11 NFL football. Friday night. And you know, I'm here with my guy, Marley Betts from Brothers and Bets. What's going on, my guy?
What's going down?
Hey, man. It's time to get into the schedule, as we do every single week. Dive in, see if we can make some money in this NFL this week. So
let's do it.
No, you got some games that you had circled that you know interested in. So we're going to get right into it. Not going to waste the time. And we got first guest up in here, Ricky Bobby. What's good, my guy?
Shake and bake, my brother. Shake and bake.
Already. Let's start off with one of the premier games of the day, Marlon. We got the Ravens on the road.
Start like that.
Divisional game.
Yeah.
Versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Ravens are a road favorite, -3. Over under 48.5. Now, we size these two teams up, my man Marley, and of course, Ravens have been rolling, 33 points a game, 390 total yards, number one in yards per play, number one in rushing yards, number one in rush yards attempts, number one in red zone efficiency, number one in total yards per play allowed. So, Ravens have been humming on offense, man. Derrick Henry, of course, touchdowns, 15 out of his last 17 games. So they pretty much been rolling, dominating teams. They've had some slip-ups, but they let these teams stay in the games, as we know, because the pass defense is so suspect. But that's pretty much their weak link, because the offense is so good that they can overcome the defense making mistakes and letting these teams score, because they got a dynamic quarterback in Lamar Jackson. And I believe he's going to make a pretty statement in this game, because I'm pretty sure you heard that everybody's been asking him all week, hey, what's the problem with the Steelers? Why you have such a bad record versus the Steelers? Right. And he's like, I don't know, man. I mean, hey, the guys just ain't with me. But you know how competitive athletes are, Marty. You're an athlete. I'm an athlete. We know if we keep hearing the same thing over and over again, it tends to get to us, and we want to prove people wrong. So, all that said, the fact that the Steelers defense has the advantage in this game for the most part, as far as points allowed, 20 points, take 16 takeaways, 64 quarterback hits. They get after the quarterback, and they're number 4 in yards per rush. They only giving up 3.8 yards per, just like the Ravens. So if both of these teams are kind of trying to stop the run on each side of the ball, it's going to come down to the quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson and Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson. That's pretty much what it's going to come down to. But as I throw out the stats, the Steelers are 3-0 versus teams above 500. 4 of those wins have been versus teams that are 500. 3 of those wins have been with 3 teams that are below 500. Mind you, the Ravens, 7-3. 3 of their wins have been by teams that are above 500, but 4 of their wins have been by teams that are below 500. So these teams are pretty much even, Marley. I mean, if I had to make a play, I would take the first half with the Ravens, just because the Steelers are 0-4 against the spread in the first half at home. But other than that, I can easily see the Steelers winning the game, just because it's a divisional game. They know they're competing for the division with this team, and I believe they're going to stay in the game. The Steelers have not allowed a team to score in every quarter, like I mentioned in my last show. So they pretty much take care of business, like we mentioned we saw last week versus Washington. So all that said, I lean Ravens first half, but haven't come to anything official just yet. So what are your thoughts on this divisional matchup?
Yeah, probably not going to make it to the window with this one for a number of reasons. But I definitely am going to watch. My thoughts on the game is this. I think it's going to boil down to really, I don't want to say just this one thing, but I think this is a key thing. Can Russell Wilson take advantage of the poor pass defense for the Baltimore Ravens? That's what it's pretty much going to boil down to offensively for the Steelers. And for the Ravens offensively, it's going to boil down to, can they score enough points on this, or how many points can they score on this Pittsburgh Steelers defense? And, those are the two questions that we pretty much got to answer. If the Ravens score 30 points, they win the game, basically. Mm-hmm. But like you mentioned earlier, for whatever reason, Lamar cannot beat the Steelers. I can like break down what happened on the past couple games, but he's like 1-6 or some crazy number like that. It's not good. It's not even like close.
1-3. I think he's 1-3 because he's played four.
Oh no, he had to play more than 4 games. He's been in the league more. They play twice a year. He's been in the league.
But I think it was another quarterback playing those games because he was hurt.
Gotcha. That could
yeah. A lot of those games he was hurt.
Right. All right. So, but with that being said, I'm with you. If I got to make a bet, I'm gonna take the 3 points in the Steelers. I think Mike Tomlin's gonna draw up something. For whatever reason, like we just mentioned, Harbaugh, he can't beat them. Can't beat the Steelers. And I think they're rolling at the crib. Russell Wilson is undefeated. He's had a little connection with Pickens. We've been seeing his ability, tough catch maker. I don't think that they'll like explode offensively, but I think they'll do what the Steelers do. Run the ball, couple play action. Russell Wilson takes some one-on-one shots downfield with Pickens. I think it's going to really boil down to, can the Steelers defense slow down Lamar Jackson and the Ravens offense? Because if they can hold them to like low 20s, we got a ball game. I don't expect the Steelers to win the shootout with the Baltimore Ravens. There's just no way. Can TJ Watt get to Lamar Jackson? It's pretty much what we're talking about. Can that defense, they're averaging what? They're only allowing about 14 points per game defensively for the Steelers. Let me pull up my notes because I don't be knowing what games we started with.
It's 20 in the last 6. They're allowing 20 in the last 6.
20 in the last 6, 14 overall.
Yeah.
And less than 100 yards rushing. So it's going to be hard to run the ball, but we already know the Ravens is first in rushing yards per game. Statistically, they're averaging over 180 yards rushing. So like that's going to be the key. How much can this Steeler defense slow down the Ravens? They're at the crib, division dog. I take the 3 for show purposes, 3, but from a personal bet standpoint, probably won't make it to the window with this one. I kind of like the under here because divisional game, both teams know each other. I think 48.5 is kind of high.
Yeah, I agree too.
The thing I would be scared of, is obviously the Ravens offense. I mean, they're averaging like 30 points a game. I don't think they get 30 here, but anything can happen. But I would lean under, and I would take the 3.
Yeah. I will also lean under. I agree with that because, it's pretty much, I think both teams are going to try to stop the run, and it's going to be up to the quarterbacks to make plays. And I think there's a lot of empty possessions that's going to happen with both defenses. So, yeah, I can do that. But like I said, I'll lean first half too, but I doubt if I get to the window because I got, a lot more in some more games. So I'd rather like you just sit back and watch this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, both teams are fighting. Yeah, both teams fighting for the division. So let's go to this one, man. Minnesota Vikings, road favorite, minus the 6 versus the Tennessee Titans, over under 39.5. Now, reason why I chose this game, because I told you it's a major advantage when it comes to the NFC North versus the AFC South. Right. They're 11-2 straight up versus the division. Not to mention the Vikings, 5-2-2 against the spread as a road favorite since 2022. And they're 4-0 versus teams below 500. And I think this is a bounce back spot because they couldn't cover last week versus the Jags because I was on the Vikings and they didn't even cover versus the Jags. It was 12-7. And I could not believe what I was seeing. They got into the red zone 5 times, Marley. They were 0 for 5 in the red zone with 3 interceptions. He threw 3 interceptions in the red zone.
I'm waiting my turn.
So I just automatically go to it's going to be a different game for Minnesota, and they're going against an inferior opponent. You know, 0-5 versus teams above 500 are the Titans. So all the advantages on the Vikings, man. And the defense, I believe, is going to get after Will Levis, probably throw an interception. And I believe the Vikings take care of business in this game. So I'm going to be on the 6, Marley. I'm going to take the 6 just because road favorites have been pretty much covering the spread all year. And like I say, NFC versus the AFC is pretty much the advantages the NFC as well. So all that said, I'm on the Vikings minus the 6 versus this division that they have success versus.
Yeah, I'm glad you chose this game, and not because what up, Nuke? Not because I'm excited to bet on it, but I just want to talk shit about Sam Darnold for a second because this motherfucker last week, you know, it should have been easy money for everybody that took the Vikings. You know what I mean? Against the Jags, backup quarterback, and this motherfucker come in and throw not 1, not 2, but 3 interceptions. 3 against the worst pass defense in the NFL. Shit's insane. You know what I mean? Shit's insane. And not only did that, they get a turnover toward the end of the fourth quarter, probably like 3 minutes left. You know what I mean? All we need is a field goal to cover. That's all they've been giving us the whole game. And I wasn't watching the game. I was looking at on my phone. And I'm almost certain these motherfuckers just ran the ball off 3 straight times. They was like on the 4. They was across the 50. I can't remember like exactly where they were at. And I'm like, just get a first down or 2 so we could get a field goal. And, we can cover. It's been a terrible game. Just look out for us this one time. And these motherfuckers. So I got a very sour taste in my mouth. Pause. LJ. And there's no way I am giving up 6 points. And you're probably right. This is probably a bounce back game. All the numbers suggest it. It's definitely a spot that suggests it. But that sour taste is just, it's right on the tip of my fucking tongue. But what I tell you I will do, because I don't think, I'm not betting on Will Levis to cover 6 points neither. I think that would be just as insane as going the other way. Because outside of the New England game, and it took overtime to do that, this Titans offense haven't cracked 20 points over the last at least 5 games. Let me see what they're averaging real quick. 17 points per game. So I would take the under here at 39.5. I know it's a low total. Probably gonna run the ball. I don't think Minnesota is going to try to come out and like air it out all of a sudden, especially with Sam Darnold having the game that he had last week. So, and what was that total last week? It was like 15-7 or something like that. The score last week. Hold on, I got it right here.
12-7. You talking about the Vikings and the Titans?
Yeah.
I mean, the Jags, Vikings and the Jags. 12-7.
So yeah, give the Vikings another touchdown or 2, and and we still fall under 40. I don't think both these teams will get 20. Maybe the Vikings will get us 20, 24. You know what I mean? 24-10. This is not going to be. This is not going to be one of those high-scoring games. Flores is about to blitz the shit out of Will Levis. So, I'll back that defense. They still came to play, but I cannot. I got to let the Vikings, let them chill for a week. I think they're home next week, if I'm not mistaken. I have to go back and double-check the schedule.
Let me ask you this question. If you say Tennessee ain't gonna score, their team total is 16.5, and they hit their team total under all 4 of their home games.
I would definitely lean under. I wouldn't take the over. I tell you that. I don't know if I bet it. What's the odds? What am I
minus 120?
It's a little juice, but 16.5. Damn, what's that? Okay, 2 touchdowns and a field goal. They might not get that, LJ. They might not get that.
I don't think so either.
But the thing that's scary, he threw 3 picks last week. 3 against the Jags.
I thought if he does it again, I seriously doubt if Sam Darnold does that
against the Jags. Sam Darnold is like Sam Darnold. It's not. He's not. He's looking like the Sam Darnold of old.
The Titans got a good pass defense. They're only allowing 152 yards passing in the last 4 games. So don't test the defense. I think they just gonna run the ball and just play sound football.
And that's why I like the under here. Yeah. Maybe even this is an under you put on your teaser. Tease it up to a 45 and a half. And I don't think you need to tease it, but if you think 39 is kind of low, I tease it up to 45 and a half. But yeah, I agree with you. And that's another reason why I'm scared of the 6, because I can't trust fucking Sam Darnold.
No, I'm not mad at you, but I gotta put my money into something that I feel that they're gonna bounce back in. Because if they blow them out, I would be mad if I didn't put no money.
Yeah, I mean definitely a great bounce.
Yeah, so a blowout to me, like you said, it could be 17-3 or 6. You know what I'm saying? And that's a blowout. Yeah, they don't even hit 20 points. So I completely agree.
That's what I'm trying to do to this team tomorrow. We're playing. I might even want them to sniff the end.
And I got the 16.5 circle. I'm gonna see how I feel Sunday morning because I really want to do it because they went under all 4 of their home games. They went under their team totals. So
I probably shouldn't be promoting my little league the way I do, and I'll be on here smoking.
I got it circled. All right, Marley.
What we got?
Let's get to the smash spot.
Oh yeah. All right.
Woo, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars on the road plus 14 versus the home favorite Detroit Lions over under 47. Now, you see what's in parentheses. Smash spot. Because I had this game circled, ladies and gentlemen, since Detroit blew out Tennessee at home maybe like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, because I don't think they've been home the last 2 weeks. Yeah, they played Green Bay on the road, and they just left to Texas. So, yeah, it's been 3 weeks since they've been at home, and they blew out the Tennessee Titans in that game.
Yeah.
I believe the same exact thing happens on Sunday, Marley. And this is why. Not only is the Detroit Lions averaging 34 points at home, they're averaging 20 points in the first half at home. You know what Jacksonville is averaging on the road in the first half, Martin?
On the road in the first half? No, yeah. I would assume it's less than a touchdown.
5 points.
Yeah, I was right.
5 points. So that is why I'm going to definitely take the first half minus the 7.5. And this is the reason why. The Detroit Lions are 9-4 against the spread in the first half since 2023 at home. 15-7 in their last 21 against the spread in the first half overall.
Nate.
Not to mention 9-0 against the spread since November of 2022 versus a team with a 2+ losing streak. Jacksonville's on a 2+ game losing streak. They're 12-6 against the spread as a home favorite since 2022. 7-2 against the spread in the first half in their last 9 games. 6-1 against the spread after not covering in their previous game. All that lines up to a smash mouth for me, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the mortgage bet of the week. First half Detroit minus the 7.5. And I'm also going to take their team total for the full game over 30.5 because I believe they easily get to 30 points. They're going to probably score 40 points. Easily. They'll probably score 24-5 in the first half, give you 2 more touchdowns, and that's going to take you over that 30. So, all that said, Marley, smash spot of the week for me. I don't have to run down any more stats because Jacksonville is dead last in everything that you can think of. They have 20 turnovers. They only have the ball 21 minutes, and they're going to a backup quarterback in Mac Jones. 0-6 versus teams above 500. So, nothing less to say, guys. First half minus 7.5, team total over 30.5, and I'm going to put a small sprinkle on the full game minus the 14. But I'm not even really tripping on the full game First half is where you will have all my money, and I pray Detroit does not fuck it up. So that's where I'm at, man. First half, -7.5.
Yeah, man, I am right there with you. Over their last, with the exception of 2 games, they've allowed Jacksonville, their opponents, to get over 30 or at least 30 points. And Philly got to 28 in one of those games. So we're 2 points off that. Obviously, we just talked about the Minnesota game, 12-7, but like you said, they was in the red zone three different occasions, and they turned the ball over. I don't believe Jared Goff in the defense, in that offense, is going to turn the ball over in that manner. And I think this is going to be a great bounce back spot for Detroit as well. We talked about a bounce back spot for the Minnesota, even though they didn't lose the game. I'm sure they were disappointed in their performance, at least offensively. The defense definitely got something to stand on. The way they came out and played the second half, the way they played after Jared Goff consistently turned the ball over, they stood up. So obviously, I think the defense is going to be gassed, going to be juiced. They're back at the crib. The offense is going to want to make up, or at least definitely Jared Goff is going to want to make up for that performance that they had. So I'm all over the first half with you. I think they're going to try to come out the gates, not necessarily make a statement, because there's no statement to be made against the Jaguars, but I think they want to just show something to themselves, like, we fucked up last game. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is last game is not indicative of who we are. So I'm all over the first half with you. I don't disagree with the team total neither, over 30.5, because like I said earlier, the Jags in 4 of their last 5 games have given up 30. Well, 3 of the last 5, but one of those 4 was 28 to Philadelphia. So I mean, we're talking 2 more points. And the offense is, I say this every time I talk about Detroit. They got 2 dominant running backs, 2 good receivers, 1 and a good tight end, and Jared Goff has been absolute money thus far in the season. And he's at home in the dome. We all know, at least everybody that bets all know, that Jared Goff in the dome is money. So he's proven to us this year that he can go outside and win some games too. So I'm right there with you. Like I said, I don't know if I'll be on the 14, even though I definitely think it's probably, I can almost for certain say it's going to cover. But however, you know what I mean? You never know. NFL, like, shit's, sometimes those big ass point spreads can be iffy. But I think they're going to try to come out second half for sure. So -7.5. I don't like the hook. I hate the hook, but I'm not scared to take it. So I'm right there with you on that first half, -7.5.
Yes, sir. And speaking of the running backs, the Jacksonville Jaguars have allowed a rushing touchdown 6 out of their last 8 games. All 4 road games, they've allowed at least 1 rushing touchdown.
I'm gonna ride one today, Gibbs or Montgomery, if not both.
I got both of them. I'm taking both of them. Yeah. It's the same props I took in the last game versus the Titans. I took Jared Goff 2+ touchdowns. I took David Montgomery touchdown. I took Gibbs touchdown. I took St. Brown touchdown. And then I parred all of them together. That's why I took that lead on Jimmy's show, because I did all that in one game. So I'm going to do it again.
Oh, man, for the first time, I did terrible on Jimmy's show. Fucking Vikings.
For real?
Fucking Saints. Yeah, I probably, man. But I was 10 units ahead, so I don't know.
No, you probably still number 1. I'm pretty sure.
But yeah, it was probably my worst show in like a year and a half ever. Well, I don't know. I probably went like 2 and 4, something like that.
We are both on Detroit.
Yeah,
first half
for sure.
-7.5.
Real quick though, you watching that Tyson shit tonight? I mean, I'm looking at the prelims right now.
I mean, I'm not, like, if it's on,
it's on Netflix. It's free.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm not rushing to the Netflix to go like, oh, let me watch that.
I think I'm gonna watch it. I'm looking at it right now. I'm watching. I got some money on Ohio State and some other shit though, but I think I'm gonna watch the fight. My bad. All right, let's get back into it.
You good. I ain't too interested in it. All right, boy. This is probably one of the last games I got money in right now. We got Green Bay on the road, coming off a bye, road favorite.
Yeah.
-5.5 versus the Chicago Bears, over under 40.5. Did you have anything in this game?
I do. This is gonna be one of my. You want me to go? Were you about to?
Yeah, you go ahead. Give me your thoughts.
Yeah. This is one of the games I pretty certain I'm going to get to the window with. Like you said, Green Bay is coming off a bye. Extra week to get healthy, because that's, to me, that's really the main thing we're talking about when we talk about the Packers right now, and that's obviously the health of Jordan Love. He's been a little banged up recently, but offensively, when he's there, they're humming. You know what I'm saying? And beyond that, Matt LaFleur is like 10-0 against the Bears. Like he just dominates the Bears. This is what he does. And obviously the Bears have been what the Bears they've been lately. And ever since the Washington game, I don't know if they turned it in or what happened, but they just fired the offensive coordinator. So now you got a new guy. The Bears, I don't want to say they're getting ready to pack it in, but they're, a couple of losses away from like, let's just get a high draft pick. Let's improve the defense. They're gonna probably, I don't know if they're gonna fire the head coach, but kind of seems lame duckish, huh?
They probably
right. Kind of seems lame duckish. So I think they're like one loss away from rebuild. Not necessarily rebuild, because they're kind of in rebuild right now, but they thought they could make some noise with the free agents moves they made. But like I said, coming off a bye, Matt LaFleur, extra week to prepare. Jordan Love's healthy. This offense, let me get back to my notes real quick. Offense has been humming for the Packers. I've actually been on them a couple times this season. 25 points per game, over 230 yards passing, 150 yards rushing. And Chicago, although defensively, they're one of the top defenses out there, but as of late, and I don't know if the Hail Mary has something to do with it, you know what I mean? Over the season, they're averaging 18 points a game. But they're only scoring 20, I believe. No, they're scoring. Yeah. They're only giving up 18, scoring 21. Not the best point differential, obviously. But Green Bay, on the other hand, 25, giving up 21. I just don't think that, like, offensively, they're going to be able to score enough points, even though going into Green Bay and going up against that defense, definitely going to be a tough task. But like I said, I don't think Chicago is necessarily in the business of winning games right now. I think they're more so in the business of the future and what they can do to help probably build an offensive line around Caleb and get him some help that way. But give me the Packers coming off a bye. Love the Bears defense. And 5 is tough, but I just don't think they're going to be able to score enough points. Over their last 5 games, the Bears have scored 19, and that was against New England. 3, that was against New England, 9 against Arizona, 15 against Washington over the last 3 games. They haven't scored. The 2 victories before that was against Jacksonville and Carolina, where they put up 30. And we all know Jacksonville and Carolina, they're not playing for anything. Their defense is not what Green Bay defense is. I'm not saying Green Bay defense is like the best, but they're middle of the road. And I think they can do enough to slow down this Bears offense, which isn't giving them too much nothing. But I will say this, desperation mode for the Bears, for the people that kind of bet on this kind of thing. Division game at the crib, you're getting 5.5, which is I fucking hate that number. I hate the 4 and 5 and like I don't know. I just think they're stupid. Just put it at 3.5. Goddamn, why are you doing 5? Anyway, but yeah, put me on the Packers, man. Minus 5.5 coming off a bye. LaFleur 10-0 straight up against the Bears. They don't have an answer.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm not going to put out the full game. I'm on the first half. Just because the Bears suck in the first half, and Green Bay is pretty much solid. 83 against the spread in the first half on the road in the last 11 games. So that convinces me enough to take them early. Plus, they're 15-6 in their last 21 games against the spread in the first quarter. So you also could take that because the Bears have not had the lead after the first quarter all year. Not to mention 23 straight drives they have went without an offensive touchdown. 23 straight drives.
Do they get one? I think they get one this week at home.
Hey, the numbers say 23 straight with nothing. So they have to show me that they can at least score a touchdown because their offense is horrible. They punted 6 times in their last 3 games. Like 28 minutes, they've had the ball, 230 yards total in their last 3 games. 9 points they are averaging in their last 3 games.
Yeah, I just read out their totals. It was 3-9.
So, bro, no, there's no way that I think that the Bears are going to show me anything different versus a divisional foe with a rookie quarterback that continues to get sacked. And he's going to continue to keep sacked because I just think the game is too fast for him right now. He needs a coach that can develop him, and they probably don't have the right coaches on the Bears personally. Yeah. So, all that said, I'm on the Packers early, minus the 3.5. Easy money for me. I'll just get in and get out, you know what I'm saying, and just enjoy the rest of my day for the most part. Now, I want to say that the Bears have held 14 of their last 15 opponents under 21 points. 21 points are under. So,
the defense is tough.
So Green Bay's team total is 23.5 plus 100. They probably won't get to that. They can get to 21 and still win this game, in my opinion. They can score 3 touchdowns and win this game because I don't think the Bears 17.5 is the team total for the Bears. I don't even think they get to that. They probably get to 10.
Team total for the Bears?
17.5 plus 100.
17.5. Packers are allowing 21, but I don't think the Bears get that.
No, I don't think they get it. I think both these teams go under. I think both of them go under. I think Packers get 21, Bears get 10.
What's Packers team total?
23.5.
24. That might be tough in Green Bay. I mean, in Chicago. That's gonna be tough.
We don't need it though. I'll just take the first half, get in and get out.
That's not a bad under. Team total under 23.5. That's not a bad under. It just depends, man, because they jump out early. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, are the Bears gonna be like, let's hold them, we might can come back? Are they gonna have that mentality? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing.
All right, man. Let's get to the primetime game. Fuck the dumb shit. Let's talk about this game. Kansas City Chiefs, man. On the road as a dog versus the Buffalo Bills. Minus 2.5. Over under 46 as a whole favorite. Now, as I pull up this team total, I just want to put my eye on Kansas City's team total. Kansas City's team total is 21.5 minus 120. And I believe they get to that. I believe they scored 24 points in this game. Now, to break down the numbers in this game, Marley, I don't understand why the Bills are favored. Not to mention, they have a lot of people on the injury report. They don't have both their tight ends, I believe. I think Amari Cooper is still questionable. And Coleman has been ruled out. So I'm just trying to understand where are the weapons that Josh Allen is going to be able to throw to? Because the Kansas City Chiefs defense is stifling, especially their run defense. They're only allowing 18 points. They're ranked 4th in total yards allowed, ranked 3rd in rush allows, ranked 14th in pass allows. And they're number 2 in yards per rush, only allowing 3.7 yards per rush. And the Bills are allowing 5 yards per rush. So my theory is this. The fact that the field goal kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs had surgery today, so he's on the IR. I think Patrick Mahomes now knows that he's going to have to score touchdowns because he knew he had a reliable field goal kicker that even if he got into this side of the field and they stalled, he could get 3 points. He could trust that his kicker get 3 points. His kicker's not there now. And I believe he's not going to try to trust the kicker that they just got from another team off the practice squad. So I believe Patrick Mahomes' mindset in this game is we're going to have to outscore them and we're going to have to get up on them fast. Because if we get up on them with the lead, our defense is good enough to hold that lead and make Josh Allen make mistakes, get him out of this game, and make him make a couple interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Make some turnovers. So I don't believe they're going to be able to just rely on Cook out of the backfield. I just think that's too much to put on him. And I think Josh Allen is going to try to get outside of himself and make some mistakes because he wants to. He's probably going to press and try to win versus this team because he has good history in the regular season because he's the last. This is the last team to beat Patrick Mahomes as a dog. So he's had regular season success, but he hasn't had postseason success. And the fact that the Kansas City Chiefs, let me just go through the numbers. 19-3 in November is Patrick Mahomes' record straight up, 19-3. He's 10-0-1 against the spread as a road dog. 11-3 straight. No, 12-1-1 against the spread as a dog. I'm sorry. As a dog. Road dog 10-0-1 against the spread as a road dog. 12-1-1 against the spread as a road dog overall. 11-3 straight up. And the fact that they're coming off that win last week, that blocked field goal, I think it inspired the Chiefs to go after this undefeated season because they've had a lot of breaks throughout these games. I mean, they could have easily lost a lot of these games on these one possessions. You get what I'm saying? It's coming down to one possession, but the Kansas City Chiefs are still undefeated. So they're showing us that they can win these games, even with the lackluster performance that Patrick Mahomes has been showing us. So now he's on the road as a dog versus a team that he's had postseason success versus. And he knows that Josh Allen is going to want to win this game. But the fact that, like I mentioned, Josh Allen weapons are hurt. He only has his running back. He's going to try to win this game on his own, in my opinion. And I don't think he's going to be able to overcome it. Not to mention, the Buffalo Bills are 8-2, Rock Marley.
Wait.
Do you know that only one of those wins have been versus a team above 500? Only one, and it was the Arizona Cardinals. The very first game of the season. Their only win versus a team above 500. Now you're going against a team favored above 500, which is an undefeated team. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, ladies and gentlemen. I am on the Kansas City Chiefs plus it's 1.5 now, plus 1.5, and I'm on the money line. Where the money line? Plus 111. I'm putting it in right now as we speak because I wanted to bet this while I was on the show. And I'm putting it in right now, locking it in. Chiefs plus 1.5 minus 108. Money line plus 111. Floor is yours.
Yeah, man, I can't disagree.
With a single thing he said. I mean, they're banged up, you know. At the end of the day, the Bills offense, like he said, who is he throwing the ball to? Dalton Kincaid's out, Keon Coleman, Amari Cooper. I think Shakir is the only guy that's left, maybe, and he was banged up a couple weeks ago. So, you know, I know this is kind of the point of the season where like everybody's hurt, but like everybody's hurt for the Bills.
And I'm just one of those guys, and I think we said this a few weeks ago. I forgot against who. I know Kansas City was one of the teams. I think we were talking about Detroit at the time. Nah, it couldn't have been Detroit. I don't know who else it was, but this team's 8-0, which means they haven't lost a game. So I'm not 9-0.
They're 9-0.
Excuse me.
Don't shortchange. They're 9-0.
Booster my point even more. 9-0. I'm not betting on a team that hasn't lost to lose. It's just not good math.
I mean, it's smart. I mean, that's my thing.
And I personally, I feel like the media loves Josh Allen. And you know, great quarterback, is having a great season. I'm just not there yet. I personally feel like he doesn't win the big games. And is this necessarily a big game? Yeah, I think there's a lot of hype around it. I don't know if it means a lot. It means a lot in the Chiefs aspect that they're still trying to go undefeated for the season. No matter what they say, they can't say they're not chasing that. They're at 8. They're 9-0. They're almost there. Once they get to the playoffs, things kind of change, right? So, and for Buffalo, they haven't been a good team all year. Like you said, Arizona's the only team they've beaten with a good record. And that was the first game of the season. So Yeah, it's a big game. Both of these teams got a lot to prove. Well, one of these teams have a lot to prove. Both of these teams have things that they're trying to prove and goals that they're trying to set. And the last thing before I, get off of this or whatever, I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes because I personally think Nick Wright is right that they bullshit these games and they try shit offensively to see if it's gonna work. I'm not saying they bullshit, but they run plays like to see if it'll work. You know what I'm saying? Let's try this, let's try this, let's try this. And they know in the fourth quarter, at the end of the day, we got number 15 and you don't. And he's gonna make the plays that are necessarily made. And the guy is 11-3 straight up as an underdog and 12-1-1 against the spread when he's an underdog. So I'm gonna bet those numbers. I don't even want the 1.5, honestly. I'm just gonna bet the money line. Not often that you get a Chiefs money line. So even just based off the numbers, I'm gonna take my chances with Patrick Mahomes. I mean, when do you ever really get Patrick Mahomes at plus money? Well, actually, we've gotten him a lot of times this year for whatever strange reason. But hey, let's beat Vegas. You know what I'm saying? This is one of those times. And like you said, when they went up against teams with good records, they lost. They went up against the Texans, they lost. They went up against the Ravens, they lost. Who else? I don't know if they played anybody else with the winning record outside of that.
Yeah, those are the only two losses: the Texans and the Ravens.
I'm saying right. And those are the only two teams they played with winning records.
There you go.
So that, like I said, that being said, put me on the money line.
Gotcha. We locked and loaded. Nothing left to be said, sir. Let's just take Vegas money because they continue to keep putting the guys a dog. All right. I really don't have too much left on any games. Is there any particular game you had action in that you wanted to discuss?
Come on, sir. The Texas.
I mean that's Monday night. I'm talking about Sunday.
We're not counting that game. All right.
No, I got it on here, but we're going to talk about that at the end. That's
right. I got you.
Do we have Frisco and Seattle? Do you have anything
I'm particularly interested in?
Anything in this game?
I was going through one of those game. Seattle, I was just looking at it. I haven't gotten to the window with anything. Kind of like the 6.5. With the points. I don't think Seattle wins this game though. But I think DK comes back this week.
Yeah.
I know he's been at practice. So I think they can move the ball, they'll score. San Francisco is kind of like, they were supposed to get everything clicking last week and everybody's supposed to kind of be back and, McCaffrey was back and they still struggled. So I'm not so sure about that. I don't think I can take them minus 6.5, even though they're at the crib. But man, it's tough because I am not a believer in Geno. I mean, I just think he's like a slightly above average quarterback is what I think he is. Because, I mean, he has weapons at receiver. But those are my thoughts, I guess. Don't really got nothing necessarily on the game itself.
Yeah, I didn't have anything in it. I like I said, 49er money line parlay was something else because Geno Smith has never beat the 49ers.
Oh, that's interesting. See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So why would I bet against them now? So
right.
I think that's an easy play for the 6.5, though, I'm kind of scared of with the Niners because this is a divisional game. Seattle,
yeah, seems like it's a lot.
Yeah, their special teams has been fucking up, missing field goals, so they're gonna have to show me that they can win by a spread for me to invest in them. So
a big.
I probably just parlay money line with them. Just parlay money line. What about this?
Yeah, I don't think Seattle wins the game. So yeah, I mean, I can see that.
You got anything on this? Some Bengals versus the Chargers Sunday night.
I'm interested in the team total for the Bengals. Is what I'm interested in.
I can get you that.
I don't have anything on the game yet. I'm still not sure about the Chargers yet because they haven't played anybody. So, I don't know how they fare against a good football team. I mean, the last 5 games,
They haven't played nobody. They're 6-3. They've only had one 500 team, and that's the Broncos at 5-5.
Right. Well, they played Arizona, but they lost that game. I don't know.
Yeah, all their wins have been versus teams below 500, except the Broncos.
Right.
Their Chargers team total is over 23.5.
The Bengals team total?
Oh no, the Bengals is over 22.5.
I like that because I don't know how good this defense really is. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
I know they're ranked
high, but
they haven't been truly battle tested, is what you're saying.
The quarterbacks they play, Bo Nix, Carr, if he was the quarterback at that time, Winston,
yeah, I get it.
Levis, like I know what I'm going to get from Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. You know what I mean? They can give me 22 points a game. At least I think they can.
Averaging 26 on the road.
So I'm interested in that.
You know what? I'm kind of interested in that too because the Bengals are going to be desperate because they're still thinking they can make the playoffs.
They have to win this game. Yeah, this is their another loss might put them out of it, but a win they might can fight for a wild card here. So because they're out of the division. I mean, they've already lost to the Ravens twice. I don't remember if they played the Steelers yet. I don't think they played the Steelers yet.
I don't think so.
But they've already lost to the Ravens twice. So I don't think they have a chance to win the division. So they can only get a wild card.
They would have to get that. Yeah, they would have to get that last wild card spot.
Right. But they're still alive. But if they lose this game, I don't think there's no way that they can get the wild card. I mean, you would have to have a bunch of teams ahead of them lose. Or still get it. But they're going to get that wild card. So you got Jamar Chase, Burrow, and it's only at 22.
Yeah, I'm a circle. It's minus 135. It's juice. So that's to kind of let you know that it's probably going to hit.
Yeah. Minus what? Yeah. What is it? Minus what?
130.
130.
Yeah. I like. I think I like that.
Yeah, I got a circle.
I'll probably get to the window on that because I know the Chargers defense is supposedly supposed to be good, but again, they haven't played anybody.
I feel it. Yeah, you're
I don't
right.
know. I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying I don't know how fucking good they are. They haven't played anybody.
All right, man. The rest of the games were teams below 500. So let's go to Monday night, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Houston Texans going out on the road to D-Town, right up the highway, 4 hours away, to our rival. To our rival, as everybody knows in the state of Texas, Dallas is our true rival. No matter where you are in the state, if you say you're from Dallas and you're from Houston, we're going to look at you sideways. It might be cool with you, but we're still going to look at you sideways.
But out of state, we going to ride. Like, out of state, it's Texas.
Oh, no. No doubt. No doubt. One love.
But in the state, I don't fuck with you niggas.
But
weird.
We coming into Dallas Monday night and taking over Arlington State.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Facts.
We taking it over because we coming off a loss versus a team that I think we probably could have won that game. But the fact we coming off a loss is even more reason to back these Houston Texans. And I'm going to take the first half, of course, Marley, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 9-1 against the spread in the first half. Number 1 in the NFL. So, you know what the Cowboys are in the first half at home? 0-4.
0-4. Oh, I knew that one.
So,
I don't have it written down.
We definitely are on the first half with the Texans. Let me see exactly what number it is.
They're 0-4 at home for the full game. For the full game, too.
They are, buddy. First half for the Texans is 3.5. Oh my God, 3.5. Easy money, ladies and gentlemen.
First half, 3.5.
Yes.
That's insane.
Yes. Easy money, ladies and gentlemen. Team total may go over 2 in the first half. It's 21. They may get 21 points in the first half.
Team total, that's tough. That might be kind of tough.
Nah, I think they're gonna get
21 for the first half.
Mixon go get 2 rushing touchdowns, and Nico will probably get a touchdown coming off the injury. They're gonna get 21 points in the first half. So listen,
That's
All
tough.
that
This
said,
the team total for the full game. If it's 21 for the half, Jesus,
let's see.
that's
Let's put
insane.
eyes on it. It's probably 28 because you know the Texans don't score in the second half. So all the numbers come from the first half.
That's going to change. That is not going to be the case Monday night, though. I tell
You
you
don't
that.
think so?
Fuck no, they're going to score all first half and second half. It's going to be a lot of scoring going on by Houston.
Texans 24 and a half. I told you. They only saying they're going to score 3
insane.
points in the
I am
second
taking
half.
the 24 and a half. I'm taking it. Fucking right. What?
I'm taking it too. Why not? They're gonna score 30 on Dallas, bro. Dallas has no resistance. They can't run the ball. They can't stop the run. They're giving up 362 rushing total yards, giving up 28 points, ranked 30th in the NFL. 1-5 versus teams above 500. 1-4 against the spread as a home dog since 2022. Only averaging 17 points in the last 3 games, and they got a backup quarterback. Now, like I mentioned, the Texans, man, averaging 22 points on the road, 9-1 against the spread in the first half, 4-1 against the spread in the first half on the road. 18 out of the last 24 games have gone under. But I'm not even tripping on the total because we're going to take the first half, full game, and the team total for the Texans. That is a trifecta, ladies and gentlemen, because this is a perfect bounce back spot for our team because I believe we lost 3 in a row now, if I'm not mistaken. 3 in a row. So this is the perfect opportunity for our team to get off the schneid and get back to our winning ways. And we hopefully Nico can come back healthy for this game, give us a spark. Joe Mixon, of course, we're on his touchdown. He's hit it 5 games in a row. Why jump off it now? Because the Dallas Cowboys give up 5 yards per rush. 152 rushing yards, 170 rushing yards in their last 3 games. So, Joe Mixon should eat all day long on this team. And I'm going to take Fairburn to get 2+ field goals because he's had that in 6 straight games. So, as you say, Marley, team total over 24 and a half. I believe the Texans get to 30 easily. And I see a 30 to maybe 13 game because I'll give Dallas 2 field goals because Arbery is probably the only way they can score. You know what I'm saying? And they probably get a garbage touchdown late in the game. Who knows? Whatever the case may be. But I don't even think they touched the 7.5 spread. Easily Texas trifecta for me. Floor is yours.
Yeah. I mean, put me on the trifecta too. It's just, I'm gonna take the full game team total instead of the first half. I like the 24 better than I do the 21. But I think if you hit your first half, I'm definitely hitting mine because I feel like they're gonna score in the second half of this game, even if they're just running the ball because they have a big lead. Because why Dallas can't stop the run? I take Mixon rushing prop, and I'm not a prop guy. It's probably going to be inflated.
I'm looking at it now. What you call it? Rushing yards?
Yeah.
I get it right.
I'm interested. I mean, outside of them, our pass protection hasn't been the best. Outside of that, that's the only advantage that Dallas has in this game.
Over 87.5.
Oh my! I feel like that is a gift.
That's a gift. He's gonna have 100. That's a gift.
Yeah, I definitely expect him to go over 100 easy yards. I mean, 100 rushing yards easy. Yeah, but I'm on the first half, 3.5. I'm on the 7.5. I am on the team total full game. I told Jimmy this. I texted Jimmy during the Ravens Cowboys game. I don't know how many weeks ago, and I've been telling him ever since. We just gotta fade Dallas, bro. We're gonna make money. If you just fade Dallas, you're good. They're gonna come through for you every time if you fade them. So why would I cannot fade them this week, especially when they're playing the Texans? So yeah, 7.5, 3.5 on the first half, and team total over 20. You say 22? 23.5?
24.
24? Yeah, I'll still take that. 24.
Hold on, let me make sure.
I thought you said 23.5.
Let's see. I may have said 23. Hold on. Let's be accurate. We gotta be accurate. Where we at? Texans team total. We
And another
have
thing, I think this game is going to
24.
be like 24. Cool. I'll look at what. And I think the Texans are going to play just because they know how much it means to the city. You know what I mean? I
And
don't
we're
think they're gonna
coming.
go in there
We
and take
have
it
we're on a
easy.
3-game losing streak.
So
That's even better. Like we're on a 3-game losing streak.
that's kind of crazy to me. Are you sure that's right?
Yeah, because we lost to the who we played before the Jets. We
Oh,
lost
like
to.
we're on a 3-game losing
Yeah,
streak.
we're on a
I thought you
3-game
meant
losing
like
streak.
we're on a 3-game losing streak to the Cowboys.
No. We've
That's
lost 3 games in a row.
Yeah, we lost to the
Let me
Jets, we lost to the Lions, and
let me make sure though.
No. We beat the Colts before that. We're on a 2-game losing streak.
So we've lost 3 out of our last 4.
Yes. Because we
Yes.
beat the Colts.
You're right. We lost 3 out of our last 4. We lost to the Packers. Okay, even better. We lost
Yes.
3 out of our
No,
last
we can't
4.
win on two. Right.
So get right
Okay.
spot, ladies and gentlemen.
I say the first half is definitely probably a smash spot because I think after losing that game the way they did,
14.8.
I can't even parlay quarters. But if I fucking could, if I fucking could,
Oh, my man, dude. I like that. All right, buddy. That's pretty much the show. We got through all the games that we needed to get to.
cool.
I didn't write down the recap, so I'm just going to repeat the recap. We have Marley is on the Steelers +3.
Yes, sir.
Detroit, first half, -7.5.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the Packers, -5.
Correct.
Chiefs, money line.
That's correct.
Texans trifecta, 3.5 first half, 7.5 full game. Team total over 24.5.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Sounds about right. And I am on Detroit -7.5 in the first half. I am on the Packers -3.5 in the first half. I am on the Chiefs money line with you as well. And I'm on the Texans trifecta. -3.5 first half, -7.5 full game. Team total over 24.5.
Big.
That's what we got, ladies and gentlemen. We have hit the 1 hour mark right on the money, Marley.
Right on point.
Man, that's how you be precise and do the show.
Rams -4.5 look good too. Who are they playing? The Rams playing the Patriots.
What do you say?
Rams -4.5 look good too.
Yeah, they're playing the Patriots, and I'm scared of that because the Rams
I am too. I just didn't like how they
didn't do anything versus Miami last week, so I'm scared of that.
Left a sour taste in my mouth too.
Yeah, I'm scared of that,
especially on the road across the country.
Is that an early game? Is that a noon game?
I'm not sure, but we can check.
They're in New England, so that's a 12 o'clock game. You're talking like a 9 o'clock,
yeah,
10 o'clock,
12 o'clock,
like a 9 o'clock game, 10 o'clock game in the morning for those Rams on that West Coast time. It's cold as fuck. Probably is it cold? It's probably cold in New England right now. Yeah, they should win. They probably should cover.
But hey, I ain't trying to say it.
Yeah, I would bet it though.
All right, man, that's good, man. If you ain't got nothing else to say, just tell the people where they can find you.
Nah, do I got anything else to say? Nah, I'm finna sit back, man, watch this game, get ready for my game, my little league game tomorrow and shit. That's about it. But you can find me, right here every other Friday. Well, every Friday, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's here, Brothers and Bets, same spot, same thing. And you can probably find me on Sundays on Jimmy Show and Wednesdays. Whenever coach gets his shit together, get back to doing college. With the basketball show will start soon. Now that college basketball is checking off. I'm on Ohio State +5.5. I hit Virginia earlier. Missed the money line +4. Fucking +4. They won by like 10. And I you know how you know it? Like I knew it.
Mm-hmm.
Villanova sucks.
Let me ask you this question. Do you believe in the college system of an unranked team favorite versus a favorite team?
An unranked team favorite. Oh yeah.
It just depends on the team.
Yeah, it depends on the team.
I got you.
Sometimes, a lot of the time, probably more yes than no, but
Mhm.
I mean, let's say 55-45. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
depending on the team.
Like I said, I don't touch college, man. I don't even look at it because I just don't have the time.
So much action.
But
I know.
once they get to
games.
like
You spend a lot more time breaking down.
Yeah. But once they get to like the playoff games, you know what I'm saying? I'll dive into it a little bit because
that's how I do women's. You know what I'm saying? Like once the tournament starts, right before the tournament starts, I kind of start paying attention to the women's.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I get it in your case. You break down games way more than I do.
Yeah, I do a lot of studying.
So,
and I still have a full-time job too. So if I didn't have a full-time job and I could just study all day, then of course I'll dive into more sports. But my time is limited. So I only can do so much.
Both. And I coach Little League damn near.
Yeah, you do way more than me though. For sure. Your time is stretched thin.
I gotta get up at like morning.
Really?
Spend the rest of the night breaking down college for tomorrow.
Yeah, man. All that said, y'all can find me, of course, at Twitter, LJ Sports Media. Find me right here, Raw Words Podcast on YouTube. Just type in LJ from Houston or Raw Words Podcast, either one. And of course, you can find both of us on Sundays, Betting with Jimmy, Pulse Sports Radio. Marley, I believe, is still in the lead right now.
Hopefully.
I'm probably top 5, but I've had some tough breaks last couple of weeks. But if I'm on the show this week, I'm definitely going to do Detroit Smash Spot. And that's probably going to be one of my only plays because I'm very heavily invested in this Detroit game, man. I can't wait to watch it because the thrill of sports betting is something that I love to do.
Yeah, I remember telling you when you started, like, this shit going to fuck you up because it's going to be hard to like.
I'm addicted. That's all I do. I'm addicted, bro. You got me. You was right, 100%. But hey, it's a good thing, though. It's a good thing because I focus on something. I'm passionate about it. You know what I'm saying? And it keeps me out of trouble. So I think it all works out. But yeah, man. Thanks. Follow us on all social media platforms. And of course, on Sunday, bright and early, I give out my best props. So tune back in. LJ from Houston, Raw Words, Sunday morning, bright and early, giving out my best props for the Sunday slate. And of course, you can find us again right here next Friday, breaking down week 12 of the NFL. So until then, LJ from H-Town. That's
no way.
Dang, how my finger right? Marley right there. Yeah, that's Marley Betts right there, ladies and gentlemen. Follow him on Brothers and Bets. You see what I'm saying? And of course, until then, like I always say, let's keep cashing. And we out this motherfucker, man.
All the time we be pumping on the grind. If it's LJ from Houston, pulling up stats, you'll be pulling in stacks, hitting bookies from the back with no Vaseline. I need green and up, see quantities for a fiend, save the dreams for a king. This is H-Town, home of the lean. Astros is the team, and we rock it. Texans for life, you can't stop it. Together like brothers and